Next to interpolate, we have the Honorable Sancho Oaminal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, Secretary Horbosa, and to the whole DOH team. Madam Chair, my first concern is about the implementation of two laws that were passed during the previous Congresses. First is Republic Act number 10865, converting the Mars Medical Center situated in Ozami City from a increasing the capacity from 150 beds to 500 beds, followed by Republic Act number 11563, still of the same hospital, of the same institution, increasing the bed capacity from 500 to 1,000. As of the second law was enacted in June 24, 2021, or more than 3 years prior to this date, Madam Chair. And as of the moment, the first law has not yet been fully implemented. And while we in our locality have been advocating for its full implementation, as well as the support from our various local governments, still it is not enough, because we need the full 100% cooperation and support from the national government or the central office, particularly in the provision of funds for the construction of the much needed additional buildings, Madam Chair. So may I ask the good secretary or any representative from the department to give us an update or a commitment on when these two laws will be fully implemented, as to cater and serve best not only the residents of Misamis Occidental, our province, but including the neighboring provinces as well. The even provinces from the neighboring region, Region 9. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Secretary.
Madam Chair, ito ho ba yung ating Hilarion Ramiro expansion sa Misamis?
Yes,
Okay.
Madam Chair. It's the full name of the hospital, complete name is Mayor Hilarion A. Ramiro Senior Medical Center.
Regional Training and
Yes, Regional.
Training and Teaching Hospital. Sa atin, so we are committed to finish this, Madam Chair, Your Honor, and we are this is funded with 847 million for the NEP, for this NEP, but it has also 229 million still from the 2024, and I think there are legal problems with the contractor. Is this the one? No. So this is funded, and we will implement the law as we have funded in the NEP.
Madam Chair, may I clarify the statement of the good secretary? The 849 million that he mentioned, is that the support fund for the hospital, or that allocation is for the infrastructure projects for the buildings of the hospital? Because
that's the support fund. Yes, that's
because if that is the support fund, Madam Chair, that is realistically insufficient, considering
1,000 beds.
the supposed to be number of patients that would be catered by this institution. And based on my perusal of the NEP for 2025, I think we have not been given any additional funds for the construction of new buildings for 2025, based on the submitted NEP. So, may I clarify then, Madam Chair, what is the timeline for the full implementation of these two laws Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Secretary.
Yes, Madam Chair. We actually, for 2025, it was given 150 million for infra, additional building, and 50 million for equipment, additional equipment, Madam Chair.
So, Madam Chair, would like to ask the good secretary, when will the full implementation be done? Like, because I stand corrected, if there is a 150 million allocation for additional infrastructure for 2025, that is still not enough to complete the requirements for both laws. So, is it by 2026, or maybe, hopefully, when the GAA would come out or would be signed by the President, that allocation can be increased, no, to the amount that is really needed by the institution. Is there a way, Madam Chair, that we can increase that appropriation that
Please.
is reflected in the NEP?
Please wrap up also. Secretary.
We will study this. We'll study this proposal. Usually, the Department of Budget and Management allows us to only propose for the current year what it can utilize. So we know the needs for the law is bigger. So what we propose is that for 2026, at least, we also include this in our multi-year request, so that the laws can be, the Republic Acts can be implemented, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. I hope that we could have a discussion with the team of the institution from Mars Regional Training Center, so that we can clarify and we can improve the absorptive capacity as well of the institution. Madam Chair, my next concern is with regards to some barangay health stations that were constructed in my district. It's very unfortunate that there are 17 contracts that were implemented but not finished, and there are many issues surrounding the implementation of this contract. It's funded under the General Appropriations Act of 2018, and during that time, in 2019, while I was the local chief executive of the city where these projects were implemented, nagkaroon po ng complaints with regards to the conformity of the contractor to the plans. And it was found out and confirmed by no less than the engineering department of the DOH that yung trabaho ng contractor ay substandard, undersized po yung mga ginamit na mga materials, no? And overall, the structural integrity of the buildings have been compromised badly to the point na hindi na po dapat gagamitin. And worse, it was found out and confirmed, certified no less than the PCAB, that the licenses, the documents submitted by the contractor, and I quote the certification from the PCAB. Accordingly, the license presented by Idtaha Builders Incorporated is not the same as the license we have in our records. The license presented by Idtaha Builders Incorporated is fake, counterfeit, false, and fictitious. The license presented by Idtaha Builders Incorporated does not reflect the specific particulars in our records and the license we have issued. Yun po ang nakasulat sa certification ng PCAB. However, despite the fact na substandard, despite the fact na undersized yung materials ginamit, despite the fact that the structural integrity of the buildings have been compromised. And despite the fact that it was already proven that the contractor falsified, misrepresented himself, and eventually admitted to that misrepresentation by way of a counter affidavit, blaming his secretary for the fictitious documents. Yet the department still paid the contractor based doon daw sa nagawa, even if hindi na po magagamit. And I've been trying to pressure the regional office, Madam Chair, for the last 2 years. Kasi 2022, alam na po natin yung issue na to. The director, there have been 2 directors who have already been assigned there. Nag-retire na po yung isa, napalitan na po yung isa. They all committed to investigate further and to take legal actions against those people responsible for these controversial actions, if not criminal actions, Madam Chair. Pero itong pangatlong director, no, when he assumed office, the last 210 days, ngayon pa lang po kami nagkita. No? And I've been writing to him several times. In fact, in my last letter, hiningi ko po kay Director kung ano po yung pwedeng gawin ni Congressman Oaminal para lang po ma-extend ng courtesy of a response to the various letters that I have submitted. Yet wala po, ngayon na po kami nagkita. So I'm bringing this up, Mr. Chair, because maraming barangays ang nangangailangan ng BHS, maraming pondo ang kinakailangan, but we are wasting funds here. We are spending, we are paying for projects na hindi po
Please wind
magagamit
up,
kahit
Honorable
na
Oaminal.
niloloko na po. It's a great insult to the department because it is the department, the procurement agency who should conduct due diligence, but harap-harapan niloloko. So I would like to hear the commitment of the department, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, as to what legal actions they would take. No, because I've been waiting for this for the last, since I assumed office in July 2022, Madam Chair.
Secretary.
Yes, Madam Chair. I apologize for the fact that my RD was not able to meet you earlier since he assumed several months ago. I've been informed that the Etaha construction has already been blacklisted for future projects with the DOH. So at least that action has been taken. I think the regional director is elevating the legal question to the central office legal. So we will, with the help of our lawyers at the central office, let's see what we can do to make sure that none of this, no more money, no more funds will be paid if the construction is substandard. Yes, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, may I, final word, may I request na sana po bago mag-hearing sa plenary ay magkaroon po ng black and white commitment or concrete action na ano po yung gagawin ng department with regards to the criminal offense committed here, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat, Secretary Herbosa.
Salamat.
Yes, Madam Chair, we will comply.
Right.